Leaving Auckland, we headed south through the island, and our destination was Rotorua. But on the way, we thought we could take a side trip to Waitomo to see famous glowworm caves. But visiting the caves took so much of our time that we had to hustle to get to Rotorua in time to take our place at a Maori feast we'd signed up for. So far as we can tell, Route 1 leading out of Auckland is the only expressway in New Zealand, and it extends for only a few miles. Very soon we're traveling through pleasant countryside on two-lane highways. At least on the North Island, liberally provided with passing lanes, often too short for comfort. Just before midday, we arrive at the site of the Waitomo Caves.
We're in the town of Waitomo. Patricia and Kevin know Waitomo. And we're going to do the cave tour. And the first one we're going to do is the Aranui cave tour. And then the second one is the Waitomo glowworm tour.
We're going to do the tourist thing again today. The pure tourist thing, we're going on 2 cave tours. And these are apparently the most official caves, but there are caves all around here. And all of them advertise glowworms. We'll see. I don't know if this is where Kevin and Patricia were, but I kind of think it is, because we just saw people in wetsuits carrying inner tubes coming out of here. And we're not in a position to do that. I'd like to very much. And this is apparently an official government cave, by the way. And it was discovered 100 years ago, and when the land was the king's land. And so it's been developed maybe for public exposure, even though we have to pay a big buck. On the way in to meet our tour group, I remark, this is a right jungle, for sure. Here's our group. Looks like we'll be going in with 6.
Yes, yep. Good. All right. So this particular leaf is what is known as the rangi ora. Now, it has many uses. In our old times, we would use this particular leaf as a trail marker. When we would go hunting into the bush, we would break one of these leaves off, place it on the ground, and at night, the lighter side reflects at night, so we would know where to go. I learned subsequently it's also known as the Bushman's toilet paper. Come on in here, bro. I need you in my torchlight. It is all flat. The massive stalactites hanging from the ceiling of the antechamber must have suggested its name to the early explorers. Welcome to the butcher shop. Whoa. Once he lit a match and realised that he had discovered a cave, he then went to notify the local authorities of the time, which were situated at the Waitomo, present-day Waitomo Caves Hotel. The grand opening came about, all the dignitaries gathered, and they tried to pronounce Mutuhihi Cave. However, they found it difficult. So, spare of the moment, they decided to name the cave after its discoverer, Te Ririku Aranui. Somehow they thought that was easier to pronounce. We move into the cave, accompanied by the couple from Australia with their infant child, who sometimes contributes to the conversation. Shark that's created by an ancient waterfall and then dotted around our landscape in the waves. As we move into the cave,
our guide wants to demonstrate the acoustics. None of us accepting his invitation to sing, he obliged.
There you go.
This is a dry cave, and you'll notice there are no bats. New Zealand has bats. In fact, they're the island's only native mammals, but they roost in trees. All right, now we've got to hurry because there's not much time between these cave adventures. We got back to the entrance of the glowworm cave just in time to be seated with our tour group. We're on the way into the glowworm cave now. They're not allowing us to take cameras in here, but I can cage photographs from the internet. As you can see, the dry portion of this cave is much like the Anaru cave. Now, the glowworm lagoon, that's a different matter. That's a more alien world than this one. Again, cameras disturb the worms, so I've caged more pictures from the internet to give you the experience of floating soundlessly beneath the cavern roof. I'll screen these without narration. Here's my picture of the river coming out of the cave. Passing insects see the glowworms reflected in the water and enter the cave to be guided by what they see as stars. Attracted to the light, they become entangled in these sticky filaments. There's no season for glowworms. They hatch and pupate the year round, for which I'm sure the tourist industry is heartily grateful. Now we're on the hurried route to Rotorua. The North Island above ground is just as pleasant and domestic as underground. It's otherworldly and alien. Here, listen to our GPS companion who guided us to today's several destinations.
Turn right, Arapuni Road.
Right turns are the dangerous turns in New Zealand.
Then we go way across the